Hello everybody, this is Gregory with Permanent Weight Loss Made Easy, where there should be no hesitance in your weight loss and in your weight maintenance. Today we're going to talk about putting the past behind you. Now before we begin, if you need help with weight loss, contact me through the Clarity FM link found here in the episode notes. Also check out my YouTube channel on Christianity, my podcast, The Awakened Man, my 2 books, which you can find on Amazon. And lastly, if you appreciate my content, there is a link for PayPal in the episode notes. Now, easier said than done, right? Put the past behind you. But this is important. This channel, and one of the reasons why I've been able to keep my weight off for 30 years, if you're new to the channel, I lost over 100 pounds and I've kept it off for 30 plus years, is because you have to put the past behind you. So there's kind of 2 roads in the bifurcation of the road here. One is, yes, you had childhood trauma. And look, everybody who's fat, the large majority, had some sort of trauma, and for whatever reason you gravitated toward food. If it happened to you at a young age, it's because you didn't have access to alcohol and you had food and it nurtured you, or it numbed the pain, or whatever it is. So most fat people have childhood trauma. That's why we're overweight. So there's 2 ways to look at it. One is I can focus on this baggage that I developed because of the childhood trauma, namely obesity, and then all the things that come from obesity: lack of confidence, your health issues, maybe lack of ability to attract the opposite sex, all these things we know. I mean, I went through all of this. Go to my personal playlist here, Confessions of an Obese Child. Check out all those episodes. And we can focus on that, where the past is a monkey on our back. And so the words that come out of this kind of mindset is, yeah, I know I need to lose weight, but there's always a but, ... I can't because I binge eat. I turn to food even today to soothe the pain and numb the pain. And why are you doing that? Because of the past. These are all habits that we developed when we were fat. And what was their genesis? What was their inception? Well, whatever happened to you in your childhood. So we continue to do these things. Kind of like with a 4-year-old who walks around with their blanket all the time, or they're sucking their thumb, right? It's a vestige of some childhood thing that used to soothe them. Well, for overweight people, lots of times it's going to be food, binge eating and eating junk food. On one level, we know that doing that gives us short-term happiness, ephemeral contentment, but we know in the long run, though, of course, it's just making us fatter and making us have more self-shame and loathing and all these things. So we shouldn't do it. But that's like the natural kind of tendency. That's like the gravity part of this, right? If you don't fix that mindset, this is going to be the default, gravity. Always looking at the past, always blaming people, always hating the world, never taking accountability. That's the easier approach, the path of least resistance. But that mindset is not the one that's going to help you lose weight and keep it off. You got to forsake the past, shun the past, put the past behind you, and be like, yes, I did have these problems. Yes, I developed these bad habits. Yes, I wasn't given a good hand of cards when I was born. I was born with a bad deck of cards, whether it be neglect, childhood trauma, or bad genes, or whatever it is. But what am I going to do about it? And that's the thing. You have to say, what am I going to do about it? Yes, I'm overweight. What am I going to do about it? The path of least resistance is going to be, I can't do anything about it. I'm just going to stay fat and eat more food, and then hate the world and be a shut-in and all these things. Yes, I totally can understand why people would do that. But ultimately, if you want to lose weight, and that's why you're at this channel, you got to eschew that mindset. And the mindset needs to be, what about now? How do I disentangle, extricate myself from these past childhood triggers, these coping mechanisms that I developed? How can I get rid of these? And what am I going to do about it? Easier said than done, brothers and sisters in Christ. I know it's easier said than done, absolutely. But the mindset's the first thing. The very first episode I ever did here was the number 1 thing you must do for weight loss and weight maintenance. And it's changing your paradigm, because the paradigm you've used in the past hasn't worked. We have to fundamentally change our paradigm. Not just about getting rid of this victim mentality, but also how we approach food, how we approach exercise, how we approach sleep. So I'll try to remember to put a banner for that episode. So how do we focus on the future? Yes, I'm 50 pounds overweight. Yes, I have disordered eating. What about now, right? Oh, we have a lot of videos about this. You have to start developing long-term positive habits. You have to start developing long-term virtue, one day at a time, doing the deep work, addressing the childhood trauma, whether it be through therapy or other means. Instead of running away from it or practicing cognitive dissonance, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it, confronting it head on. Because in the long run, you will continue to gain weight, you will continue to yo-yo diet if you don't confront these demons from your childhood. And the only way you can have long-term success is by confronting these demons and looking at the future. So how do you simultaneously do this? Confront the past. You're dealing with the past, but at the same time, don't look back. And what I mean by don't look back is don't look back with the victim mentality of all these things happened to me, woe is me. Confront the past, and then in the future, pave a new road where you're going to do one day at a time, develop positive eating habits, and the positive eating habits will come easier once you confront the childhood trauma. So just avoid the loser mentality, avoid the victim mentality, because that will never work for you in the long run. Guys, post in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Check out all the episodes we have on helping you develop long-term habits for permanent weight loss. Until next time, take care, God bless, and pray.